It is 11:30 p.m. The house is silent, the lights are dimmed, and your dog begins that familiar rhythmic circling on their bed. You watch them let out a heavy sigh and tuck their nose under their tail. Most owners look at this and think, oh, they're just tired. They think the day is over. But they are completely wrong. In that quiet moment, your dog's brain is actually firing at maximum capacity, running an ancient survival program that dates back 15,000 years to the wolf packs of the Pleistocene. They aren't just looking for a soft place to sleep. They are scanning for vulnerability and seeking a specific type of validation that determines their entire emotional state for the next 24 hours. If you simply turn off the light and walk away, you are missing the most critical window to influence your dog's neurochemistry. Most people have no idea that how you handle these final 5 minutes dictates whether your dog spends the night in a state of high cortisol sentry mode or deep, restorative, oxytocin-rich slumber. It's not about being a pet parent. It's about understanding the ancestral pack sleep. To truly unlock your dog's sense of security, you have to start with the one sense that defines their entire reality: their nose. While your world is visual, theirs is a 3D map of smells. They have over 300 million olfactory receptors, and at night, those receptors are dialed to maximum sensitivity. Step 1 is the scent ritual. Think about this. Ancient wolves didn't just sleep. They layered their scent to mark the safe zone. Most owners accidentally stress their dogs out by washing their beds too often, stripping away that identity. Here is what nobody tells you. Before you turn out the lights, give them a scent anchor, a worn t-shirt or a specific blanket you've held. This isn't just about comfort. It creates an olfactory security blanket that keeps their cortisol levels low all night long. It tells their primal brain that the pack is secure and the alpha is present. You are literally hacking their neurochemistry to prevent nighttime anxiety before it even starts. But as powerful as scent is, wait until we get to the heartbeat sync in Step 2. It changes everything. Now Step 2 is the Oxytocin Bridge. Most owners give a quick pat on the head and a good boy as they walk out the door. That is a massive mistake. In those final 60 seconds, your dog is looking for a physical synchronization. Here is the secret. You need 30 seconds of deep, steady contact. Not scratching, not playing, just calm pressure on their chest or shoulders. Why? Because research shows that prolonged, calm eye contact and steady touch creates a powerful oxytocin loop. This isn't just love. It's a biological chemical flush that drops their heart rate and wipes out the day's built-up cortisol. It tells their nervous system that the hunt is over and the pack is safe. You are literally syncing your heart rates. Think about that for a second. By simply being still for 30 seconds, you are giving them the physiological permission to truly rest. It is the most profound way to say, "I've got you," without speaking a single word. And wait until we get to Step 3, because it taps into a bodyguard instinct that most owners have no idea is running in the background. Step 3 is the most critically overlooked part of the bedtime routine. It is what I call the Sentinel Validation. Think about this for a second. For thousands of years, sleep was the most dangerous time for a pack. Even today, your dog's brain is hardwired to be the always-on security system. Every floorboard creak or gust of wind against the window triggers their ancient guarding instinct. Most owners just turn their backs and close the door, leaving the dog in a state of hypervigilance. But to make them feel truly loved, you have to give them permission to clock out. By walking to the door or the window, giving a quick, calm scan, and then looking back at your dog with a firm, relaxed, "We're safe," you are signaling to their amygdala that the alpha has taken over the watch. This isn't just a gesture. It's a psychological release. It allows them to drop their bodyguard persona and enter a level of REM sleep they simply cannot reach if they feel they are the only ones on duty. You are literally giving them the gift of peace. But wait until we look at the neurochemical loop in the next part. It's the glue that holds this whole relationship together. Why does this sequence work so powerfully? It's all about the neurochemical feedback loop. When you combine the scent, the touch, and the sentinel check, you are hitting the reset button on your dog's nervous system. Science tells us that these three actions trigger a massive surge in oxytocin, the love hormone, while simultaneously plummeting their cortisol levels. A study from the Mayo Clinic even suggests that the presence of a calm human can significantly improve a dog's sleep quality and overall heart rate variability. Think about that for a second. You aren't just making them happy. You are literally extending their life by reducing chronic stress. This isn't just a one-time fix. When you do this every night, you are wiring their brain to associate your presence with absolute, total safety. It builds a foundation of trust that makes training easier, anxiety lower, and your bond unbreakable. But you have to be careful. If you notice a sudden change in how they respond to this routine, you need to pay attention. We're getting to the critical warning in the next part, and missing it could be a huge mistake. But here is the critical warning you cannot ignore. If you establish this bedtime ritual and your dog suddenly stops participating, if they avoid the scent anchor, shy away from the Oxytocin Bridge, or seem restless despite your Sentinel Validation, do not brush it off as a simple mood swing. In the harsh reality of canine evolution, showing weakness is a death sentence. Consequently, your dog has become an absolute master at masking pain. If they suddenly pull away from your nightly touch, or if their breathing remains shallow and rapid even after you've cleared the room, they aren't being difficult. They are likely experiencing silent stress. These behavioral shifts during the sacred transition to sleep are often the very first indicators of internal medical emergencies, from hidden joint inflammation to the early onset of canine cognitive dysfunction. Most owners wait until their dog is visibly limping or crying out, but by then, the damage is often done. Pay close attention to these bedtime microsignals. Is their tail tucked tighter than usual? Are they lip-licking or pacing in the dark? Their nighttime behavior is a direct, unfiltered window into their physiological health. If the peace you've worked so hard to build suddenly shatters, it is their silent, primal scream for help. Never ignore it. The most profound revelation isn't actually about biology. It is about a soul-level choice. Think about this for a second. When your dog closes their eyes in your presence, they are surrendering their only defense mechanism. They are choosing to be at their most vulnerable beside the one person they trust with their very existence. This is the ultimate ancestral handshake. When they press their weight against you or sigh as they drift off, they are whispering a 15,000-year-old promise. I am safe because you are here. By performing these three rituals, you aren't just a pet owner. You have become their sanctuary. You are the stillness at the end of their storm. Their love isn't just a feeling. It is a sacred commitment they renew with every single breath they take in their sleep. Remember, in a world that is loud and confusing, you are their entire universe. They didn't just end up in your home. They chose your heart. If you want to dive deeper into their secret language, you won't want to miss our next video, where we reveal the apology myth and why your dog's guilty look is actually a desperate plea for something else entirely. Subscribe now to keep your pack's bond unbreakable. Good night, and give your dog that 30 seconds of peace. They've earned it.